It is June the 15th, and just a bit of an update today. The teddy bear sunflowers doing really well. I will have to pot them up a bit. These were the side shoots. I took off the 4 tomatoes in the greenhouse that are looking spindly but have trusses, thank goodness. These are the brassicas I sowed, so they'll have to be thinned and potted on. These are for winter. Aubergine / eggplant has loads of flowers, but other than that, it's just not hot, so it's not doing much of anything else. That's okay. It's not dying either, and that's always a good sign. Peppers have a flower. I'll spin you around slowly. Okay, this just shows you March 22nd. These are my Market More cucumbers. And this is an Excelsior. So the Excelsior is growing really good. Market More is not so, as you'd notice. Some more brassicas down there on the floor that need potting on and separating. Purple chilies, lots of flowers. No chilies. Some more chilies. Lots of flowers. It's just not been warm enough. Apparently a random seed of some sort. These are the yellow pear. They're doing really good. They're getting lots of little trusses on them. So yes, Terry, you're right. They are very prolific. Now that I've left them alone to do what it is they're doing, they seem to be doing quite well. I don't know whether I'm supposed to take side shoots off these ones, so I'll have to look them up and see whether or not I have to pull the side shoots out. Other than that, not a lot going on in here. These are spares. As you can see, the Market Mores do not grow very quickly. Turn around again slowly. I'm learning to not spin you and make you all dizzy. Crystal apple and lemon cukes, again, not doing great. These were so prolific last year. I couldn't get Gerald to eat them fast enough. And my other eggplant, as I said, they've got loads of flowers, but nothing's coming of them just yet. That's okay. It is June the 15th, and just a bit of an update today. The teddy bear sunflowers doing really well. I will have to pot them up a bit. These were the side shoots. I took off the 4 tomatoes in the greenhouse that are looking spindly but have trusses, thank goodness. These are the brassicas I sowed, so they'll have to be thinned and potted on. These are for winter. Aubergine / eggplant has loads of flowers, but other than that, it's just not hot, so it's not doing much of anything else. That's okay. It's not dying either, and that's always a good sign. Peppers have a flower. I'll spin you around slowly. Okay, this just shows you March 22nd. These are my Market More cucumbers. And this is an Excelsior. So the Excelsior is growing really good. Market More is not so, as you'd notice. Some more brassicas down there on the floor that need potting on and separating. Purple chilies, lots of flowers. No chilies. Some more chilies. Lots of flowers. It's just not been warm enough. Apparently a random seed of some sort. These are the yellow pear. They're doing really good. They're getting lots of little trusses on them. So yes, Terry, you're right. They are very prolific. Now that I've left them alone to do what it is they're doing, they seem to be doing quite well. I don't know whether I'm supposed to take side shoots off these ones, so I'll have to look them up and see whether or not I have to pull the side shoots out. Other than that, not a lot going on in here. These are spares. As you can see, the Market Mores do not grow very quickly. Turn around again slowly. I'm learning to not spin you and make you all dizzy. Crystal apple and lemon cukes, again, not doing great. These were so prolific last year. I couldn't get Gerald to eat them fast enough. And my other eggplant, as I said, they've got loads of flowers, but nothing's coming of them just yet. That's okay. one purple sprouting broccoli stalk of the year. First time I've ever grown these, so hopefully they'll be as prolific as the broccolis. Wednesday afternoon, and now it's pouring rain again. Dan was asking about beans and going around poles. Mine spin that way, so I'm assuming that's counterclockwise, and I am in British Columbia, Canada, southwest, so I don't know if that helps him any. I had to come out and stake up all of my sprouts and things because they're getting quite tall. I know I'm through a net, but because it was raining, I wanted to come and do it now, because that way, hopefully, any cabbage whites that were around are not around. There's some lovely broccoli heads, calabrese, growing in there that we will harvest soon. I think I showed you these the other day, but they're getting quite big now. And I've got some more. I don't know if you can see them back there. There we go. The yellow you can see back there. Some cauliflowers. I'm not going to grow cauliflower, I don't think, again. They just look manky to me, and I don't like eating manky looking food. But anyway, it's pouring rain, so I'm going to go back in the house. Bye. Thursday morning, just to make things look prettier, we've put some little fencing around our flower bed. That, and it all falls out into the pathway. So this is all to keep the flowers in place. Peonies are finally opening. Look lovely. Poppies are coming along. And of course, you know what? Purple peas. Look at them all. Holy macadoodle. Waiting for them to swell up, because these ones you can eat as pods, or you can let them swell to real peas and shell them. Sorry about the lawnmower noise, but I just wanted to show you the lovely roots on my teddy bear sunflowers that we're repotting today. Giving them all individual pots. That's pretty good. Get them all in their pots by themselves. Not a bad job with one hand. Excellent. It's not raining, but it's going to be raining again, but that's okay, because I've got some nematodes I put down this morning. I don't have a million things. Nematodes are like anything else. You put them down and you pray that they're working, but you really can't tell, because it's not like you'll never find another slug again. So hopefully they worked okay, but I just wanted to get these in. There's another one. Lovely long roots. These are my teddy bear sunflowers, courtesy of Karen and Rose. I've done a ton of them this year, and that's Gerald cutting the lawn. Bye. That's about 10 feet tall. I'm gonna have to stop putting so many peas in because I can't reach any of them. Good morning. It's sunny outside, not hot. Cool in here. If I could find the temperature gauge, I'd tell you what it is, but I'll tell you in a minute. But I found out something, because I don't grow eggplants / aubergines very often, but Bethan from Bethan's Kitchen and Garden said that they're very much like tomatoes in that they will get suckers in the centers. So if you can see right here, that's an elbow or crease, and it's getting a sucker on it, and it will have little tiny, you can see them down there, little tiny flowers. So I do not need that many eggplants, aubergines, so I'm picking out, as I would with a tomato, picking out the suckers, just pinching them with my fingers, because I am not a commercial grower, so the last thing I need is 282 eggplants. I'll be lucky if we even eat any of these, because we don't particularly like eggplants, but this is an experimental variety. So that's my tip of the day. Thank you, Bethan. And then we repotted, separated, thinned, potted on all of my brassicas. These ones I leave in clumps because that's how I grow them, in clumps. So I just put them in in bushes and clumps, and we eat them that way. So there's my cauliflowers and sprouts and cabbages. And then, yes, again, the non-existent growth on my cucumbers. These are my kales. Again, we grow these in bunches. We don't pick them for leaves. We just chop the entire bunch off when we want to cook them. And there's some more down there. So these ones will be for our winter sowing. I have a teeny tiny courgette. These are Black Beauty zucchinis or courgettes. Now, I thought this was a vine. It looks like it's a bush, so hopefully it'll be okay in that pot because it's quite far down there. The winter squash is growing nicely, but again, nothing's doing anything spectacular. It is what it is. Good afternoon. We are going to, just because I want to see what they're doing, we're going to dump a bucket of potatoes. Now these ones are house potatoes, meaning that they were in the house, started getting shoots on them. So we thought, oh, what the hell. It was January, I think it was January 21st. I'll check and see. But they're starting to go a bit manky on the top of the leaves, so I'm going to empty them out. So this is my first potato reveal. One potato from the house, one seed potato from the house, and we're going to see what kind of a potato haul we get. We always buy red potatoes. They're sangri, I think they're called, is the equivalent, but not a huge amount of potatoes, obviously. But as I said, it was only one potato in here to start with. I'll show you what they all look like when I'm finished. I'm just putting them up on the table out of the way. But they're beautiful red color. Love red potatoes. Little teeny tiny ones. Don't leave them in here. They'll grow. Yep. There's lots of little, and there's the one seed potato, see? Still not even mushy. It's got a root growing on it. Might just put it back in again. Yep, that's them. That goes at the back. There's another tiddler there. Get all these roots out. It's warm today for us, only comparative to what it's been lately, not any typical days, but yeah, it is what it is weather-wise. Nothing I can do about it. So that's it. Not a lot of potato out of there, but I wanted to see what it was doing. They were, like I said, a house potato that had started to sprout, and it was stuck in the greenhouse since January. But I want the pot and I want the potatoes out because I wanted to see if the experiment had worked. Chances are I could have got more potatoes out of it, but I'm not that worried about it. Okay, I will empty out the bucket and then put that seed potato back in again. And these, I'll come around that way, sorry. Coming out of shot. Hopefully you can still hear me. Those are the potatoes we got. Now, like I said, not a lot, but not a bad sized potato haul for one seed potato from a rotten potato most people would have thrown out anyway. Excellent. Sorry, I decided to do the other bucket that was from in the greenhouse as well. And it's already got nicer ones. So I'm just going to dump this out. Let's see what's in it. Oh my goodness, look at these. Oh, look at that. That's a beaut. There's the seed potato. Still looks absolutely edible. Oh yeah, this one's got way bigger potatoes in it. They were all done at the same time. Holy crap. I mean, holy mackerel. Oh, mackadoodle. Wow, I am impressed. I'm glad I opened the second one up. Yep, fabulous. Nice root system. Yeah, excellent. Let's chuck it all back in the pot because we're just gonna grow some more. Oh, I heard a clunk. That was just a rock. Yep. Wow. Now this one's got way bigger potatoes, but less of them. But that's okay. Like I said, they were scrap potatoes that most people would have just chucked in the garbage. I'm just going to put you back in there and see if you do anything. No loss, no gain, right? There we go. I'm wearing gloves because somebody else wore gloves on theirs. Hopefully you can see me. Somebody else had gloves on theirs. And, oh, that's a great idea. I hate touching smushy potatoes. But these ones weren't smushy. And they probably could have had a bit more potato if I'd have watered them a bit more. I don't water my potatoes very much. You always seem to have an adequate haul of potatoes. There we go. Put this back up on the table carefully so I don't knock my flipping camera on the floor again. So I'll take my gloves off and then move my wheelbarrow out of the way. There we go. Must be in a mole hole. There we go. Okay. So that's all the potatoes. The bigger ones, 5 or 6 big, huge ones, are from the other pot. Excellent. Not showing you my gross recycling bin, although this is a gross recycling bin. Look at all the little bugs in it. What I wanted to show you was this horsetail. Now these are behind the recycling bin. The recycling bin has a basically sealed bottom and they have found their way in. Again, this is the second bin. It's been in here for a couple of years now and it looks absolutely lovely. This is what we'll use in the winter perhaps. Lots of little pill bugs, we don't mind those. But again, more horsetail growing up through the entire bin. Comes up through the entire bin and it's got a wood base on it. Just give it a bit of a flip and you can see all the gajillion little worms in here. All heading back down again because it's hot and sunny today. And we'll close off with a couple of gratuitous calendula shots. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just popping up everywhere. They certainly do take over. I don't pinch them out, which I guess I should do. But back in there somewhere is a new little blueberry bush. Back in this one is a cutting from the raspberry bush, which is behind it, and it's huge. It needs to be repotted or split next year. They're in great big tubs like this. These are children's toy bins. Those great big huge things. They make great planters for big things. But this whole setup is going to be changed next year. As everybody knows, things are always changing in a garden. That's what we do.